Hey guys, what's going on? So today we have the iFi Pro iCAN headphone amplifier. Now this thing is packed with features and it's pretty hefty in weight too. So if you don't know iFi is a sister company of AMR, and AMR is known for really high-end CD players and DACs. Now their technology is to be said to trickled down to their iFi units. And if you see on the packaging, it says something like using AMR technology. But in some cases, when companies say that, it's not really trickled down. It's like a new product they made for budget entry level, and they say it's trickled down technology. But in this case, it's actually trickled down. And how I know that is because I actually had AMR CD players and DACs before. And if you see their kind of like display or just the sound characteristics or even the way they kind of make their amplifiers is very similar in design and in sound presentation or sound signature, I should say. So I think that was something interesting to note because their technology actually goes far beyond coming trickled down from a very high-end audio company. So let's go over the build quality first. So looking at the build quality of this headphone amplifier, it's a real beast. iFi is really known for their build quality, and when I first saw their, budget lineup, even those, I couldn't really nitpick the build quality. It was as solid as it gets. So this is no exception. As their high-end headphone amplifier, it is really built like a tank. Aluminum, just absolutely solid. It has venting all over in a very nice, stylish way. It's not just like holes and lines, but it's quite nicely done. So I like that about this amplifier. Now, if you see in the front, this amplifier is crazy. It's packed with features. So it took me a while to review this amplifier. So first of all, you get input selection, 1, 2, 3 balanced, and you get bass adjustment. You can increase to 10 Hertz, 20 Hertz, 40 Hertz, and then you can also adjust on the bottom solid state, tube, and tube plus. And so here we have the 3.5mm headphone output, a 1/4 inch output, XLR output, and a 3.5 balanced. So there you have it. Oh, nope, wait, we also have the 3D adjustment, so you can increase the 3D, the sound stage, and then we have the volume knob. Finally, we're done. Oh, nope. Lastly, I promise, we have the 0 dB, 9 dB, and 18 dB gain switch, so you can increase the gain, but I really didn't find the need to. I was driving the HE6 SC, which is quite hard to drive, and I was also driving my original Headphone HE6, and I had to maybe adjust it to 9 dB for more volume control, but didn't really need to at all. So there you have it. That's the full feature. You have to really play around with it. So today we're gonna be talking about the tube adjustment. It has the solid state tube and tube plus. That's what I'm gonna be really talking about in terms of sound quality. I'm not gonna touch the bass or the 3D adjustments, as I didn't use them for the most part, and I preferred it without it. Now looking at the back, you get balanced outputs and inputs. You also get 3 inputs in single-ended RCAs, and you also get an unbalanced output, and you also get a DC loop out for other devices, and a DC in 15 volts for amp, and an ESL link for other iFi products. Whew! And it uses a tube, which we'll get into, but it uses the new old stock General Electric 5670 tubes, which we will get into. And I had no problems with any of these adjusting mechanisms whatsoever. Maybe if I had to nitpick the volume knobs here, the outer ones, so the volume knob itself and the input selection ones are a little bit wobbly, but I'm just nitpicking here. So now let's talk about the sound quality. This amplifier has 3 distinct sound qualities to it. So you're essentially getting 3 different amplifiers, and it's that much of a difference. The first setting, the solid state setting, is like any other solid state, really. It's transparent, it's fast, and it's detailed. Any other quality solid state, it has it. It has that capability. And that's wonderful because you get other stuff with it as well. And the setting that I really preferred was the tube setting. The tube setting was really good with LCD2 Verum headphones that just came in for review. Any of the Hi-Fi headphones, any of the Odyssey headphones, LCD2 sounded really good. Any planar magnetic headphone, I highly recommend the middle setting, the tube setting. The layering just gets crazy and the sound stage just becomes crazy. In fact, when I got my LCD2 Rosewood in as part of my collection, I plugged it into this guy over here with the tube setting, and I started messaging my MBT Studio chat with my other guys saying they did something different with this revision of the LCD2 in 2019, because there's no way this was the LCD2 I heard 2 years or even a year back. And they were like, oh, this guy is, hyping it. This guy is, full of shit. Now, when I switched it back to solid state at one point in reviewing this, that's when I realized the solid state was nothing like the tube section of this amplifier with any of the headphones that I've tried, especially planar magnetic ones. The layering and the width and the sound stage just becomes absolutely crazy. The imaging, the separation, you name it, it just becomes absolutely an endgame headphone. And having heard multiple headphone amplifiers, I get rarely excited. Okay, maybe I get excited quite a lot, but this is a real gem. The mid-range is just top notch, and it doesn't take away from anything else. It doesn't take away from the bass, it doesn't take away from the highs. Everything is there. And as too good to be true as that sound, it was too good to be true, and it really does sound like that. So I really absolutely loved it and adored that setting. Now moving on to the 2 Plus setting. The 2 Plus setting was really good with Sennheiser headphones like the HD600 and the 650. On some tracks I preferred it with the tube instead of the 2 Plus setting, but in any regard, Focals or other dynamic headphones like the Focal Stellia, I preferred it with the Tube Plus setting for the most part. So you have the choice of flexibility there. And with the Stellia, I actually kind of liked a little bit of soundstage and a little bit of bass boost. So there you have it. It's a beautiful sounding amplifier. And let me get into the tube that's used in this amplifier, because that determines a lot of the sound characteristics that I'm telling you right now. So the new old stock General Electric 5670s. To talk about this tube, we really have to revisit 2 tubes. So the Western Electric WE3968. These were introduced in the 1950s, 1940s, and was replaced by 6922 variants. Now, the 6922s are very good sounding tubes. Now, those tubes are really hard to find these days. But the good news is that there's a tube that sounds as good or almost as good and made to very strict specifications. And that is the General Electric JAN 5670s used in iFi. So General Electric is a very well-known, very well-established tube company, brand. So there you have it for that one. So what does JAN stand for? Well, JAN actually stands for Joint Army and Navy. And that means that it was used in military services, military purposes. So obviously you can't have things failing all the time. So it's very made to specific and high standards. So technically these are supposed to last you something like 100,000 hours, and they sound incredible. They were not really used in audio because of their unideal price point and the hardship of manufacturing, because they were used for military purposes. But now it seems that it's more available in hi-fi as well. So that's what they're using in this amplifier. So in any regard, I think this amplifier sounds fantastic and has the features that I need, and I think I'll personally purchase this. This is a great amplifier. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Shh.